Hello and welcome to Mike's Deep Run Railroad. This video is going to show some slides of the progress of the early stages of the layout. Unfortunately, I don't have any videos. I had no idea I might be putting videos on YouTube when this effort started. So, hope you enjoy it. We moved to this house in 2022 prior to the pandemic. And this is what the room over the garage looked like when we moved in, minus the previous owner's stuff. It was essentially rafters and a little bit of insulation, and I had to have a contractor come in and finish off the space for me. And they did a real nice job. I'm using a DigiKai system for my DCC, and as you can see here, I breadboarded the system on a box. I was able to do all the configuration and get used to the system prior to putting it under my layout. Here you can see the platform that I built and how I chose to support them. Like I said, this layout began at the beginning of the pandemic, and with lumber prices as high as they had become, it was cheaper to buy the fold-up sawhorses and use them to support the baseboards. I had been working with AnyRail for about a year before I started with building anything in the spare room. Part of that time was getting the room finished. I like AnyRail a whole lot because it allowed me to make changes to the layout, move things around, and get a good design before putting track to platform. Here you can see AnyRail allows you to print out the track plan to scale, and I use that to identify where on the boards that the track needed to lay. And from that, I was able to install my road bed directly onto the plywood. Using the fold-up sawhorses allowed me to approach the board wiring and track layout a little bit differently. I used a batten around the room to hinge the platform boards to the wall, allowing me to work on both sides of the board without having to crawl under the layout. What you can see here are the feeders dropped from the electrofrog switches and all of the interim track pieces. I'm doing a full block detection for my layout with DigiKeys. The manufacturers makes it fairly easy to do the block detection, and I want to do full signaling later on, and this will definitely support that. This clip shows the corner of the layout where the directions change, obviously, for the around the room and how I went about building the corner. Here you can see the main and first board of the layout. This board is directly under the window, as you can see, and has the beginnings of all three power districts, one down each end of the wall with the center peninsula that is not shown, as it's not been built yet. This slide shows some of that layout. You can see the DR5000. I put the two boosters on there. There's a LocoNet hub, power distribution, 12 volts, and power supplies for all the boosters and the DR5000, and the beginnings of some of the block detection. The DigiKey system connects its modules using LocoNet, and it allows you for placing the individual electronic modules in locations that are located near where they are needed to be connected, keeping this wiring fairly segmented. This module is the DR4088 current sensing module. This is the second module in the current sensing for this district. The first module is a DR4088LN, which provides the conversion from S88N to LocoNet. You need one of those modules each time you want to start a new district. The wires that you can see going into the module, the red ones are going to each of the A rails on the track, and the black just above it go to a terminal board where they're all joined together and back to the original buffer for track power. This is very efficient in that it keeps your leads very short. You just need to do your drops back to the module. I set my modules in a cluster under the tracks where most of the inputs can be used and the runs stay within the board. If I need to go off board, I use the SN88 or the S88N cable, which is a standard Ethernet, to jumper from one module to the next, further extending the block detection while keeping the track leads as short as possible. I see that this video is almost 8 minutes long, so I'm going to stop here and wait for any comments to come back, and I'll have another video up answering any comments and going on with the next steps of how I did my layout. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.